Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and this is tonight's news. Our own Glenn Beck recently had superstar Kid Rock on for a riveting interview. If you don't know, Kid Rock has a song called Cowboy, while for no reason, Glenn dresses like one.
Wanna be a cowboy, baby.
Did
Kid Rock grow up next to you in Detroit, Michigan?
They have
A little
horses
farther
up there?
out,
Well known for their cowboys.
There are ranches up there.
We have sprawling ranches.
A lot of land now.
There is a lot of land, just filled with houses and dogs, pit bulls, crackheads.
My God.
None of it's for sale.
No.
It's all condemned land.
He's from Romeo Plank, actually. His dad had a Ford dealership. But he doesn't claim ghetto either, though. So I like him. He's never pretended.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you have something to say?
I do.
You got some?
Sorry, cue up there. Rosie O'Donnell, known for her Gold Glove turn in A League of Their Own, has revealed that she had relocated to Ireland after leaving the United States over, quote, it's not white enough. No, concerns over the lack of equal rights for all citizens. This came as a shock to most Americans who assumed she left sometime in 1997.
Why did we put Oliver Platt up?
I loved her in The Whale.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, fantastic.
That was a great turn.
When she left, she did one of those little squeaky things.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people think it's Brendan Fraser, but it's actually Rosie O'Donnell playing Brendan Fraser.
Well, they CGI'd his face onto her.
And it wasn't much CGI necessary.
No, very little.
Yeah.
It was actually the cheapest CGI ever done. It was $13.
They were like, Rosie, can you shave a little bit to look more like Brendan Fraser?
It's like, no, it grows right back.
Yeah, I can. It's just
Stronger.
thicker and fuller every time.
Yeah.
All right. A heartwarming story out of Oklahoma as a toddler playing with an inactive cell phone accidentally dialed 911 and asked for emergency doughnuts, which the police department promptly delivered to the address. Also, 92-year-old Edna Hawkins of Tulsa was found dead in her kitchen.
Aw.
Oh, R.I.P. Edna. I'm afraid somebody had to get the donuts.
Lived a long, good life, though.
She did. It was a long, good life until it wasn't. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Normal World. I'm Dave Landau.
I am Quarter Black Garrett, and with us, as always, is Angela.
Hi.
Yay! Yeah.
Woo. What up?
Woo! What's up?
What? Hey,
Well, I don't know where to go from here. What
I
do we
think
do?
you should say where you're gonna be.
Oh, well, let's not even worry about where I'm going to be. Let's talk about this.
Oh,
Well, you actually can. The March 22nd at the Roxy in Rochester Hills, and then March 27th through 9th in Spokane, Washington. But more importantly, my book, Party of One, will be available on April 3rd. Pick it up at Amazon. You can order it on Kindle right now.
pre-orders.
Yep. Or you can put it on your wish list because for some reason they don't let you pre-order the book anymore.
What the heck?
They let you pre-order the Kindle. I think it's to get the Kindle money. I'm going to also be doing an audiobook. I don't know when that will be out, though. So please check it out, and it's forwarded by Brad Garrett.
Very cool.
gonna
Can't
be?
wait for that.
Thank you.
Cannot wait.
I remember when I was in a jail cell in Detroit, Michigan with Dave Landau back in 2001. He was like, you're not going to believe this, but I'm going to write a book one day.
I did.
I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to write the great American novel. But you're not going to be able to read it. You're only going to be able to listen to it.
That's
on
correct.
Kindle.
I just want to make sure someone can hear me tell the story. I want to write a book and then read it for you because we're such a lazy culture.
Is
Got
that?
things to do, okay?
Do you consider that reading a book?
No.
When somebody's like, I read
do, 'cause I'm
40 books a
You
month, and
obtain
you're
the
like, what?
information.
They listen to the book on like 3x.
Okay, that doesn't count. If you're gonna brag about the amount of books you're reading, you can't count
You
that.
kind of
Yeah.
don't, unless I'm driving through 3 states. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you can read one. If not, if you're at the gym or doing anything else, you're not. You're just hearing.
Not engaged.
Yeah.
You're just hearing a podcast.
Yeah.
So when you do the audiobook, are you gonna like sprinkle in some little anecdotes, extras, and stuff?
Probably.
Maybe I like it when they do that.
Yeah, I assume I will. It's very hard for me not to ad lib.
So it'll be an extra special thing if you can get both. You can read the book and
Yes.
listen to the audiobook, and they'd be different.
And I just had to make a couple changes. but I got a blessing from a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
Had to change, some names,
For legal reasons. I guess.
like all of them.
Turns out statute of limitations are way longer than anybody realizes.
Oh, God, I hope not. At least for robbing a pharmacy. Where can we find you?
You can find me on my channel, Black Garrett. I stream on Sundays and other days when I can. Angela, I know you have a channel, right?
Yeah, I do. Angela Does Horror on YouTube, and I'm going to upload a video later this week.
Whoop, whoop.
The weekend.
There you go.
Yes.
And joining us today, you know him. Please welcome to the show, Gerard Michaels.
You know him.
Hey,
You love
everybody.
him.
You love him.
Hey.
Huge shout out to the Normal World fan base. I begged you to make my ex less flat and you went out and you added some substantial girth to my ex account. So I do appreciate all of you. You helped inseminate my ex account. I do appreciate
Yeah, good
you
people.
folks.
That's what we do.
Yeah,
Dirty.
Don't be afraid to do some more. And
Hey,
you just pound away at my ex, and everybody else does. So get my YouTube while you're there too.
Okay, the
Gerard
good
versus
Lord
Evil.
invented the O.
And while you're doing that, you can tongue punch the like button on this channel and subscribe and then hit the bell
Yes.
and comment and do all that stuff because algorithms like that stuff. And we do too. We look in there.
Now we made a bet on yesterday's show, Dave.
Yes.
Since you were sitting with the great Adam Carolla, were you gonna come here and be cool Jimmy Kimmel in blackface, or are you gonna be sad Jimmy Kimmel crying about Obamacare?
What is it?
Boy, that's a tough two.
And it has to be one or the
Oh,
other.
it has to be one or the other. I guess crying, so I don't.
I told you.
Nailed it. He nailed
I
it.
said both.
I got it.
Oh, that's true. If I two-faced it, it would kind of X the other one out.
Yeah.
Angela's right. She should have told me about this.
Balance out.
She wins. You two lose.
You said you had to pick one.
Yeah, but if I'm a two-face in it, it's okay, because then you're like, oh, it's not really blackface. It's just a half.
Quarter blackface, half blackface.
Yeah, quarter blackface would be even better.
Yeah, we called it the Gautier face.
Yeah, it's like Phantom of the Opera in reverse.
Yeah. You just say it's a birthmark.
Yeah, it's like, what? I can't help it.
Yeah, come on, bro.
I can't help this part of my face has soul.
A little flake up here. Come on.
Well, let's talk about this. I want to get into it, guys. I don't know if you saw. Elon Musk gifted a Tesla to President Trump because apparently he's a 16-year-old queer. We have the exclusive audio.
I was looking at these Teslas. Very nice, very stylish. Elon, tell me, does this thing time travel, Elon?
I would say no.
Tell me, Elon, how many Mexicans can I deport in one of these things?
There's no need for this.
Hindsight, this car's very gay. Probably the gayest car I've ever seen.
Yeah, not enough trunk space.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
That's why I made the obscene joke at the beginning. It just,
Yeah.
I didn't like Teslas when they were cool, which they never were.
Well, hey, the only thing that's good about them is that they get that get up and go. But
They have a good pickup.
they have a lot of torque, but no, hot rod. I don't get the feel. I
No,
need
you
that,
don't. No, I don't know if it's
that hot rod feel, man.
I just don't understand why everything futuristic has to be like so gay. Like why can't they go back and like look at like a 1932 Buick
And make that
make
electric.
that electric? You
Bro,
know
I've
what
been
I'm
saying it
Like,
forever.
can we make a 67 Stingray that
Hell
just
yeah.
is electric? Like everybody will buy that car.
Dude, Buick's doing it.
No,
They're making a car that's supposed to be a throwback to like the old models.
but electric.
But I think it's supposed to be electric, and they're doing it as a throwback. But it's finally a car that's designed to be specifically like an actual good-looking car.
Wow.
Thank God.
Because
It
now
was
you look at
so-
every car, they look the exact same.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National.
Well, and then you, dude, me too. Really? Is that
Well,
your
that's a
ride,
Kendrick Lamar, but yeah, I love that.
dude? Oh my
Imagine
God.
a black Grand National and electric.
But now,
Oh my God! But I'll just take a black on black Grand National or the Regal that look just like
Yeah.
it. Oh my God, dude!
But you
those
could do-
cars are the best. Have you ever driven one?
No.
Oh my
They have full
redos.
redos.
You'll never feel cooler.
You can take like a classic car, like a classic hot rod, and mutilate it basically, and take all of the engine out and then replace it with electric. And it's basically like a new electric car, but it looks like an old hot rod. So it's an abomination. But you can do it if you want.
What they did with the new Hummer. It's like,
dude, it's ugly as fuck. I just saw one driving in.
They made it like mauve, and it looks like it's made out of melted down, reused playground slides. Like they took the most masculine car ever, and they were like, "How can we sell this
make it
to?
teal.
How can we sell this to the Subaru woman community? Like this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It was a Hummer.
It's a little too sharp. Could we round the edges on this? It's aggressive.
I want spikes on it to run through people. Like
I want a front end that just pushes them out of the way like a plow.
Is it a Hummer or a Bronco? You will never tell. Like, what did you do here?
Oh, dude, and the new Bronco.
Remember
So
Teal
ugly.
though, when Teal was just on like the Ford Topaz.
Dude, teal was everything.
Like, it was everything. It's
on
how
your
you
cups.
knew the car sucked.
You know what's crazy? Like, I remember.
Oh, it's
Still
an
accurate.
indicator.
It came with a monster sticker on the side of it.
I remember being young and my uncle's ripping on my dad because he had a station wagon, which was enough. The SUV had not been invented yet, but they had wood paneling.
Of course.
And that was the worst. Now I look at these guys are doing these like old K10s and the Chevys, and they're putting wood paneling on them. These things are boss, man.
Dude, if you look at an old Buick Roadmaster that was like a Caprice with wood paneling, that thing was pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Love the old
White
PT
wall
Cruisers.
tires. We had it figured out. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
they did that.
Why? Yeah.
What were you saying about the
yeah.
Bronco?
The new Bronco, it looks like ass. It looks a lot like you just said the Hummers.
Yeah.
It's just weird, like smushed down. It looks like a burger when you order at McDonald's and you get it and you open it up and it's like, that's what it looks like.
You're like, the picture was not this
yeah,
at all.
this is what's
You
going
know how
on.
like there's 6 different actors that look like various stages of Matt Damon?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yes.
That's all I see on the road now is like every car is a white SUV that is like, is it a Kia? Is it a Mercedes? Is it a Porsche? Is it
Look at that thing.
Yeah, that's
That's the Hummer. That's the new Hummer.
they were Hummers before. It was basically Arnold Schwarzenegger bought a military vehicle. That's how they became popular.
Yeah.
And then they decided to do the Hummer 2 and you're like, "Oh dear." And then the Hummer 3 you were like, "So that's just for housewives?"
Yeah, so you've given up.
Smash into other people. So, and then they stopped selling them because nobody wanted them.
It is so true. The H3 was made exclusively for the LA housewife who was 2 Xanaxes and a bottle of wine deep. Like, good luck, everybody.
It was like, here's a big car you can rear end someone with.
Be totally fine. Barely any.
Your kids will be fine. Their kids might not be.
But you only care about yourself.
Wipe out a whole family.
I watched all those Hummer dealerships close. They were dropping in price so much too. Like they wanted like $50,000 at the time, which was crazy for them. And then they were like, "Come on, man,
Yeah.
give me a bicycle and $5. You can have one." Please.
Try explaining parking to people that today when the entire everything was Escalades, Suburbans, Yukons, Hummers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, that car they just switched plates and added leather or not. That's
Yeah.
all it was Suburban. The Yukon was a shorter Suburban. Then there was the Escalade, which was a Yukon, but then they extended it.
Oh, the Escalade, bro.
Dude, my brother had an
Escalade.
I wanted one so bad back in the day.
My brother had an 06, dude. I loved it.
Need for Speed
He
Underground.
still has
got
it
me hooked on
actually. He bought it new, and it's still fine.
Yeah, my buddy Steve's older 18-year-old brother driving his Escalade, drinking a Hypno and Hennessy, Incredible Hulk. I was like, this is the coolest guy of all time.
You get the underlights too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, they had PlayStation 2s in the
yeah.
seats. It was so dope.
You didn't even have to pimp it out. It just came that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember Pimp My Ride?
Good time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's pimping out Priuses, dude.
No,
We
nobody's
gotta get fondue fountains back in cars.
Yeah, dude.
nobody's putting a
It
chandelier.
used to be a proper country.
Nobody's putting a chandelier in
Now we
the
can't
cars
afford
anymore
eggs.
that would kill everyone in it if there was an accident.
we used to have
Find guy dead in a fish tank.
Yeah, I got a fish tank in here.
rappers showing up to random blue collar people's pickup trucks and putting completely unregulated hot tubs.
I love the behind the scenes stories of that show.
I'm a construction worker. I need the truck bed, but now you got a hot tub.
Exhibits here to make your car not street legal.
Well, that's the thing. So the show is a big fat lie and burst your bubble. But after the show, they just rip all that shit out and be like, you can't have that in the show. And then you just have a car with a bunch of voids,
What?
like where TVs were. They're like, we couldn't give it to you. That was for the show, obviously.
Yeah, they're like, look, wait, if you get in an accident, this is ridiculous. And you're like, but you replaced my airbags with
Confetti cannons.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Replace my airbags with
Hilarious.
with peanut M&Ms. What are we supposed to do here?
Shoots confetti and just makes the car more flammable. You have a chance to get out, but you can't.
All of that still better than an electric
still
car in
better, yeah.
2025.
I would take a stripped up former Pimp My Ride Yugo in a heartbeat.
Yugo.
But they would find like a Dodge Omni and be like, we're going to pimp this ride.
Yeah, dude.
You know the engine on that can't pull what you're putting in it, right?
No way.
Nobody cares. You
like
just
the
need it for the
church.
shot at the end of the show.
Church is pulling it.
Oh, by the way, you owe us for all the taxes on this that we did. So hope you like your ride. You live in it now.
Right. By the way, we turned the back into a mini bar, which you can't actually have. This is an automobile. No, we have a Cavassier dispenser where the radio used to be.
Thank God they pulled the stuff out because that poor bastard would have to park it in like South Central or Camden.
There's no way. Dude, the people who were going to steal that car were watching it being filmed and just waiting so they could shoot the guy execution style.
Somebody ordered donuts.
They just yanked it out before it got yanked out on the street.
They put like 10 grand rims on the worst car you've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. You had spinners on it.
Yeah.
The dream in the 90s.
Yeah, and you're like, is that an Escort? Is that a 94 Escort?
Biggest tires you could possibly put.
Hubcaps, man. I remember when people used to steal hubcaps off of cars.
Oh, yeah.
They were better hubcaps than what they had on.
I remember when people who aren't me used to cut Cadillac emblems off and then wear them on chains. And
That's your limitations.
Perhaps had a giant collection of Mercedes and Cadillacs and anybody that had a hood ornament.
Can you
asking for it, really.
Can you imagine you've waited your whole life? You've worked 40 years in a factory. You buy yourself
Mortgage your house.
beautiful. You buy yourself a beautiful Lincoln, and then you come out there the next day, and it's just snapped off. Like somebody just like.
And a 10-year-old from a middle-class family.
Yeah,
He's
wire
wearing
cutters.
it around his neck.
Stories like that and more in Dave's book.
Oh my, yeah, definitely.
Dude, I had Benzes. I had so many.
I wish I could make fun of you for that, but me and my boys,
There's no way you didn't.
we would rock them on our backpacks in school, and like we would just like walking around school with just absolute contraband. One of my buddies got caught doing it and got beat to shit.
Damn.
Oh, if somebody caught you, you're gone.
Bad.
Like, there were cars that you just didn't mess with. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to, like, rip the Mustang out of a classic Mustang one, but I did buy one once. Like, the emblem.
Get them at a swap meet.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
50 cents.
Yeah.
The big one that we wanted to get was the bulldog on the Mack truck. Ooh. And he hopped the fence. He got into the construction yard, and he thought he would just pull it and clip it. Like, you need like a fucking soldering iron for that.
Oh, yeah.
One. And
There's also a bulldog in the construction.
Yeah, you got to dodge.
yeah,
You're getting chased like Corey Feldman and Stand By Me.
dude walked out. I guess he was there at the at the construction yard, and it was a now you can't leave moment.
No, you can't leave.
Yeah, he could have been a good baseball player before.
He had quite a cannon for an arm.
Look at his fingers now. He looks like a Scary Movie.
What hand do you pitch with? My
The right
left.
one?
Put it on the table.
It's amazing. How many they're all lefties. Isn't it incredible? They're all lefties.
All right, put your pitching hand on the car. Put it on the truck.
What have you learned?
We're not going to be a baseball player, are we?
Yeah.
Bring it back around, though. As ugly as sin as the Cybertrucks are, and they are very fucking ugly, I appreciate them for pushing design a little forward. Because if you notice, after Elon started doing all these ugly cars, all these other cars started going, because they went way far with the cyber stuff. He was like, let's make it look like it's an N64 game on the road. Then you saw other cars coming out, and they started like pushing it a little further, making things look a little more futuristic. Like, have you seen all the Nissans? Like, yes. Nissans and Hyundais look really cool too. Like the Hyundai in 17 looks fucking so cool. It's a concept car, but it looks so freaking rad. It looks like it came out of a freaking sci-fi movie. So like that's what I appreciate about it. Like,
But you see those online. You don't see them in real life. Like
there's some that like the compact cars, they have pushed the edges a little further because like you were saying, every car now just looks like a mush on wheels. Like it's just like clay going down the road in 3 colors. It's gray, black, or white.
Communists to just usher in Soviet America. It makes
brutal
no
as-
sense, man.
Well, and, yeah, usher in their cars.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all just plastic computers that are designed to fail at certain marks. 40,000, 60,000, 80,000. And they're all crap.
Yeah. Controlled obsolescence.
Yes.
If there's anything that I give credit to the commies, and their hatred of capitalism, controlled obsolescence is one of the most evil things ever created, ever. And the fact that we know it's happening, the fact that Apple, it's part of their business model to you have to try desperately to never get a new upgrade because you don't know which upgrade is going to be the upgrade that fries your phone. Yep. Now you got to go from the 13 to the 16. Like controlled obsolescence is true evil. And unfortunately it comes from God. Because we are controlled obsolescence. So, you can be like, make sure they break down over time. And,
That would not be good for them to be around for too long.
Yeah.
Cars, well, it's like construction. I mean, at one point, everything was designed with a level of pride, concrete, steel, whatever it was, brick for They put this thing together and it was supposed to last forever, or at least for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
And now you look at like an old mansion that may have burned down in Malibu that somehow has still part of it standing because it's concrete.
Right.
And then you look at the houses that they're going to put in there. Just watch. It's just going to be aluminum siding, a 1/4 inch of insulation, and then just you'd be like, wow, it's big.
We have these extra shipping containers. We'll just stack those on top of each other. That'll be $3.5 million, please.
It's trendy.
It's nouveau riche.
Yeah.
It's industrial.
It's postmodern.
Postmodern. And it's so funny you say that because I was walking around I like to go to the antique shops. And I was walking around an antique shop like by Fort Worth out there. And just incredible stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Like people's stuff from the 20s. It was crazy. Yeah. And I was thinking as I'm walking around, I'm like, I don't think anybody's going to want to buy my Temu shit in 50 years. I don't think I'm going to have
shelves are
anything
gonna
to
depreciate.
leave. Yeah, I was like, are these guys going to, like, the best thing I have to offer people right now are like, I think I have a couple NES cartridges hanging out in the attic,
Let me know about that.
Those are valuable. And VHS is coming back.
Which is weird.
Back?
Yeah.
There's a whole
coming
website.
back.
You can buy new movies on VHS.
Yeah.
Why?
And I
I have no idea. It's a horrible
It's
way to watch
trendy.
stuff.
It's like when vinyl
But-
came back.
But
I have
I didn't
so
understand that
many.
either.
vinyl
It's not for you.
has a taste.
I have a
though.
blue cassette tape. It says Foxes with 3 X's. Go on.
You can't say that VHS is on the same level as vinyl because vinyl has like a texture to it. It's got a character.
I just mean
VHS
it was
is like
trendy. It's trendy to like be in the 90s, early
Yeah.
2000s kind of thing.
That's
So
what's
yeah,
happening.
vinyl
It used to
sounds-
be 80s, now it's 90s.
And
And
vinyl
in
sounds
the 20s.
incredible. That's why they use
It's great,
it.
yeah, and especially if you have the good speakers.
When you put on a VHS, I mean, they did last a long time, though. It wasn't quite like a tape you put in your car and you're like, well, that was a good 5 minutes.
they wear out so easy.
They do.
Yeah, they
have
I'm
a
sure your
lifespan.
Foxes is you barely see some
we
parts
should-
of it.
I haven't
should find
watched
out,
it
though.
in a long time. I'll give. I really haven't.
Well, you
but
don't
I-
have a VCR.
No, but I will. I'll give it a watch and I'll let you know.
Be kind.
Wine.
No, I have so many VHSs, like My Blue Heaven, Braveheart.
It is
like
fun.
I have like a million Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I probably have Disney ones that are worth money that I don't even realize because I got them like right when they
They
came
are
out.
worth money.
The worst part about finding your dad's VHS collection was 4 or 5 years later as an adult realizing that you started watching every one of those films that you put in at the moment your dad came.
Oh, the porn? We never had. My dad never had any.
No?
No. And
No, never found.
That you found.
My friends' dads had Playboys. We only one time we were at a girl's house and there were all these tapes out, and it was just money shots on a girl's face, one after the other, like he created the VHS himself. And we put it in the player, and we're looking at each other, and we're like,
Mixtape.
We're like, what's wrong with your dad?
Greatest hits.
But it's like, it was just like, why that?
Just that part.
over and over
That's
again.
what he likes.
I know, but it's like it's the worst part for her. A lot of them you wouldn't even see the body. It was just like, somebody was like, oh, please hurry up. Like it's
I'm embarrassed to admit the first pair of female boobies I ever saw in my life were sneaking into or at my friend's sleepover. His older brother had an ECW tape from one of their ECW pay-per-views, and ECW is doing their thing, and all the girls are taking their tops off in the crowd, and I was like, well, not gay.
Definitive.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch these guys dry hump each other half naked for the next hour, but the best part of this night was definitely
I was talking to
Test.
Jimmy Fallon today because we met 11 years ago doing a show that Pamela Anderson was on. And then, at the end of the night, she kissed me, and I was like, oh, she did just, in a friendly way. I mean, it's still...
that's how she got the hep.
That's how I've been. That's why I've been turning yellow. Simpsons character. I knew I should have been vaccinated. I actually made that joke on the show.
Really?
But I remember when my dad found us. We were in my dad's car. It was a Pontiac Transport, the Cadillac of minivans, because the door opened with a button. And we were in the back because he coached baseball. So we're all in our uniforms surrounding the centerfold of Pamela Anderson. And he opens up the trunk and he looks at it and he goes, "Oh, she's cute," and walks away. Didn't get angry.
That's the perfect response.
Yeah, and I think it's because my dad just was like, oh God, thank God he's not gay. Because I think he thought that every time I went into right field or swung a bat, he was like, I don't want him to join the theater. Which I did. Not in high school, I didn't want to die, but right after at second city. But yeah, I think he was just thrilled that I was not gay.
Well, there's still time.
I mean, look, you can try things, but I'm not into it.
Is it like Lost Boys at night, midnight, where you just start turning into different Tommy Lees? Is that like you've been exposed?
Different eras.
Hey, little Landau, oh, shall not.
I
hit every note there.
A yellow Tommy Lee.
Is there any other kind?
No shit. Whatever she has, can you imagine?
Your poor wife, you start throwing her sparring gear like, I feel the Tommy Lee coming on.
Well, the joke Jimmy
Hands up, babe.
The joke Jimmy wrote for her to say was somebody had just settled with another band and gotten millions of dollars, and she said, in my divorce, all I got was hepatitis C. And then he gave the joke to her, and she was like, no. So she had to switch it to Motley Crue tickets.
Hit a little too close.
She was so drunk, though, that they had to keep her very close to the stage, that she was practically on it, because the idea of her getting on and off of it, it just was not going to happen.
Was this the Comedy Central roast?
No, it was Gotham Live.
Gotham Live.
Yeah, she was the host.
Okay, because I think she did the Comedy Central roast, right? Was that?
She did one for her, yeah.
She did not look like she wanted to be doing that at all.
No, she did a good job on this show, I thought. But she also, I found out she was reading the direction, which I thought was a Ditzy Blonde routine, but it turned out it was an accident, and I just found that out today. Oh. So she's like, wait for applause, and I thought it was a joke.
The Biden method.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Fade in. Okay.
The Biden method, or at the time, a 48-year-old former supermodel as drunk as you can get on champagne.
She had been in many films, some of them even with clothes on.
Correct.
Like
Barbed
There's
wire.
editing. You can edit all those.
Well, if that's the case, then we have to find barbed wire outtakes.
Barbed wire is a
just make a montage of her.
Masterpiece.
Spectacular.
Masterpiece.
Yeah. Is it?
Oh, yeah. No.
And she's totally got freaking snubbed by the Oscars by a man. She should have been.
What was that? In X versus Sever? Yeah, I pulled that out.
Deep cuts. No, this year.
Another classic action film. But we'll say Ben and Jerry, guys. Let's talk about it. Who is our sponsor first? Oh, you know what?
The best sponsor of all
the
time.
best sponsor ever is we're talking about one of the best supermodels of all time.
Yeah.
She would look good in these underwears. I'll tell you that.
They feel good on her, too.
Yeah, they would. They would feel like a champagne bath. When it comes to gear that I don't even know what that means.
What is that?
When it comes to gear that can handle anything, there's no better choice than Undertack, which again I'm wearing right now.
Me too.
Designed for and tested by an elite special forces team in Africa's harshest conditions, Undertac is made to perform when it matters most. Whether you're navigating tough terrain or just tackling your day, their underwear, socks, and shirts keep you dry, comfortable, and unmoist mission ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know why it's not moist? Because it has moisture-wicking cotton. That's right.
Yeah.
Mordal. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Modal. It's beautiful magic material that they've invented for these underwear, and you can wear them, and they will keep your nuts safe.
I'm not kidding. If I sleep in these, I sleep the whole night.
They're fantastic.
Any other brand underwear, I have to pee 13 times, which I do need to talk to a doctor about.
that
But
would
in
be
this
the problem.
particular case, they're so comfy, I don't wake up until the next morning.
They're great. And they're not just for like hardcore operators out in the
Covered in
field,
urine.
man. They're for you. They're for you. Even if you're a lady, they have lady ones too. And socks and shirts and all kinds of stuff. It's great. Good try it.
And Angela got some.
I did actually wear them last night.
Shorties.
How'd you sleep?
Beautifully.
See what I'm saying?
Like, I sleep hot too. I'm like a sweaty sleeper. It's kind of very gross. But
You're not
I don't
alone.
I don't sweat in these. And I really mean that. That's weird.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I will wake up in a pool, but go like, my midsection is
It's nice and cool.
dry as a
down there.
bone.
I took a paddling for Undertac, so go buy some, guys. I took a beating for
That's
Undertac.
true. Yeah, we beat him on camera for him.
You can get 20% off site-wide by going to undertac.com. That's 20 plus a portion of the proceeds do go to human trafficking.
That's good.
And that's bringing them wherever you need them.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
Which is home. Which is home.
Fighting against human trafficking.
their house.
Bringing them
Their own
home.
home.
I read that wrong. Now, that's a no-brainer. You're helping to bring people home, and you're helping to be dry as a bone.
That should be their tagline, I think.
Bring
They're right.
home, dry as a bone. That's right.
It's from the way you described it, it sounds like a CPAP for your balls.
It is.
Basically.
I like to put on my CPAP and pretend I'm in Top Gun. I play Danger Zone while I go to sleep. Except my body's Goose. All right. It's the one that died. All right. I don't want to ruin the movie if you haven't
Injected
seen.
and it was a malfunction.
If you haven't seen that homoerotic masterpiece from the 1980s.
Or the second one where they
I
do
just
the
don't
exact same
understand.
movie.
I don't understand. And I think that's Joel Schumacher, right?
No.
No, that was
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott. It was Tony.
Tony Scott.
Tony Scott.
Tony Scott. And it was a Jerry Bruckheimer.
How did they have the time to tape their wrists and fingers, but not the time to get out of the jeans?
Well, I mean, when you look that good in jeans, maybe it's no accident.
Is that something that was happening in the 80s? Everybody was just playing beach volleyball in dungarees?
Yeah, well, you know, the jeans are so tight. It takes a long time to get out of them. You need like a whole second. That's why he needed Goose to help him take the jeans off. So
They're really-
he was on a different team. So.
Of all the 80s stuff, though, you see in movies that are inaccurate, volleyball on the beach was very common.
In dungarees?
I'm not going to say in dungarees. Well, I don't know. I used to go to Atlantic City, so yeah.
I don't think that was volleyball.
It was all the cocaine.
That was just a big rock they were passing back and forth.
Yeah, I think so.
No, in dungarees, no. But there was a lot of volleyball. Like, you don't see as much volleyball pickup games these days.
Dungarees on the beach in Atlantic City makes sense because you're going to need whatever coverage you can to stop from all the needles sticking inside of you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I've worn flip-flops and I've gotten a poke and been like, I hope that's a pine cone.
Joke's on you. I already kissed Pam Anderson.
That's HIV.
Well, you guys like ice cream, right?
Love it.
Sure.
Great. Cool. Ben and Jerry's sparked controversy by publicly supporting National Abortion Provider Appreciation Day on social media. The the sentence. The ice cream companies. Don't you want kids? I mean, it's ice cream.
The demographics.
It doesn't make any sense. All right, so
It's for sad fat people.
why would you get rid? I mean, look, you're not just going to create more addicts like the fentanyl industry. You need. All right, look, whatever. What a stupid thing. Anyway, the ice cream's brand stance has led to backlash, with many advocating for a boycott. In response, they are reportedly producing a line of abortion-themed flavors, which are tonight's half-ass top 10.
Boom.
QB number 10.
Brownie battered whore.
That's right.
I'm going to go strawberry staircase.
Nice. That does sound good, right?
Yes.
It's a quick problem solver.
Margaret Sanger's Get Rid of the Chocolate Eugenics.
That's going to be tasty.
Yes.
I'm going to say a chunky medical waste bin. That's chunky medical waste bin.
And I will say lights, caramel, vacuum.
Okay. Number 5, cherry cheesecake coat hanger.
That's
So good.
Yes.
grape, baby!
Oh, no.
You know, you got to get rid of a grape baby.
Great, baby.
We have Colin Kaepernick's no Gerald support.
And scrambled brains and bacon.
It's chocolate-covered bacon, from what I understand.
Oh,
Gerard, why don't you do number 1? You're the guest. You do number 1.
Why don't we go with half-baked?
oh.
Say simple. They already had it. They didn't know they changed the label.
Yeah.
And that's tonight's Half-Assed Top 10. God damn it, Ryan. All right. All right.
Yeah.
I have something weird to show you guys.
I want to see
what?
it. Third
Okay.
nipple?
Please don't.
It's about time.
Been asking for a year.
At 250 subs,
And you said
Angela's.
it's pierced.
Yeah, you got to hit that like button.
Get this
The
thing
third
to
one
a,
is pierced. The other 2.
You get to see the fourth
Just an
hole
extra
in the
pierce.
third nipple.
it was pierced with an ice pick when I tried to get rid of it.
It's weird that she named it Quado.
This keeps coming back.
It talks.
Tells me.
Hello.
What is it?
The only one that milks.
It's this mannequin video that I found that I want to show you. We can discuss.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got home from work today to find out that Emily is in labor. And I called the doctors, and for some reason, the doctor cannot get here anytime soon. I'm hoping that she holds off on this birth. If not, I'm going to have to deliver this baby myself. I've never really delivered a mannequin baby, but, you know, I'm going to try. I'm going to have to try. Emily, come on. Push.
It's going to be one of those butt plug babies.
I can see it coming.
I think I just hope it's okay.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah,
It'd be
this
funny
is
if it
like-
was wrapped in the umbilical cord by its neck.
Emily's having her baby. Can you please come help me? I don't know what I'm doing.
Is that E-Rock?
Yes. Come on.
No! No!
I'm sorry.
Hello? Hello? Mom? Damn it.
He's really going through
Okay,
it.
Emily. Mom don't want to help. We're going to have to do this on our own. Push that little baby out. Come on.
This is what
Push
Matt
it
was
out.
doing when his wife was giving real birth.
What am I going to do?
She's like, just stay
Okay.
The
here.
internet was a
Come on,
fucking
Emily.
mistake.
You can do this. Push. Push.
Ah,
Oh,
least he's wearing a mask.
I was going to say
Yeah.
hygienic.
It seems to be a midsection
This is
covered in
gonna
my
hurt this
semen.
little
That's a
bit.
drill.
Is that a drill?
It's going to hurt me more. It's gonna
Well,
hurt
it's a
you,
baby
Emily.
drill.
Oh, he's just making some Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, it ain't working.
He's just trying to get the ice cream out.
Now what?
It's still going.
Oh, you're gonna need. You probably
Is that a
need
saw?
plastic surgery after this, Emily.
From what I understand, the baby that
Come
comes
on,
out is
come
a
on.
black child Coles
You can
mannequin,
do it.
and then he shoots her
There we go,
6
there we
times.
go.
Took me 16 years to
Oh, yeah.
find you.
Okay. I can see it now. We can get there.
Doesn't even look like an adult mannequin.
This is a whole story.
Oh yeah, this
it
guy's
is.
serious.
I'm gonna use a little bit of this tape to tape you up. So
Yeah.
we get you into a plastic surgery because you're cut up pretty bad.
Plastic surgery.
Cut up pretty bad.
Come on, come on.
We're in a point in time where I
when you-
can't
you-
tell.
She was no. I think, dude. I think it's real.
You think, that's what I'm saying. Like, it
There
could
you
be
go.
totally real. I think this guy's could be delusional, or it's a bit.
The AI
baby.
sex robot marketplace is
How you
going to
feeling,
be
Emily? You
a
feeling good?
gajillion dollars.
Good.
Oh,
You're not in
yes.
No pain, are you? Good.
Can you imagine?
Okay, let's get.
I mean, he
this
knows
baby
some
out,
medical
clean it up.
fodder. Like, I'm going to grab some tape. That makes sense.
Yeah, he's
Thank
tossing
you.
it in.
Oh, wow.
He's peppering in the script with
Will
So he
remember-
posted this, which means
terminology.
his coworkers had to have seen this at one point.
Co-work.
Oh, he doesn't have a job.
Oh, wait,
This man does not have a job.
never mind. It's a boy.
I feel like they've never
Like-
talked to him, judging by his
Much like
wife.
daddy.
Just
Wow.
the average
There's
Jeep
no denying
owner.
who the dad of this baby is.
He just brings her to, like,
On a
This
Jeep.
baby looks
brings her to
just like
company
me.
parties like
Identical.
Lars and the Real Girl. This is my girl. This is my wife.
The baby's here.
Oh,
Oh, do we
boy.
get to see the baby?
Yeah, you
Let's see
He
it.
said it looks just like him.
Oh, that was going to be shaken baby
I'm gonna
syndrome.
Clean him up, and
Yep.
I'll show him off to you guys soon.
I thought you got to
Come on,
smack it.
baby.
Yeah, you better make sure.
Yeah, what
it's-
about the placenta?
Baby.
Are you going to eat
You have
it?
to cut the cord or anything.
Oh, your baby.
Hold your baby.
Starting to think this isn't a real.
All right. You know,
Did we never see the baby, Angela? Angela! Angela!
You don't see the
blue
baby.
balls, that's
It-
what the heck.
I believe,
No.
Sorry.
I believe it's just a folded cloth.
All right, Gerard. To your point yesterday, I think maybe we do have it too good in America. It's too good here that people have this free time to deliver a plastic imaginary baby.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
that-
no
yeah.
borders is the right way to go.
If you call 911 to have your mannequin, to come over to birth your baby from your mannequin, they should saw the head off of it in front of you. They should. They should be like, how hard do you believe this?
I don't think that'll matter. He has tape.
She'll just go to plastic
True.
surgery.
Yeah.
Well, he's using that for vaginas.
We have the technology.
So you're going to tell me that we need to protect democracy when that guy's vote counts the same as all of ours? I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm willing to bet he
just-
probably voted similarly to us.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't
That's
think
a
so.
crapshoot.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
is a
Judging by
country.
the garage, the way the garage looks,
I don't believe that was his place.
Judgy.
It does look like a man's. I don't think it's his dad's. If that's his dad's garage, he's not having that business in there.
no. His dad's been gone for a while.
Yeah.
His dad is tied up into the upstairs
May
on the
not-
bed somewhere.
It may not be his house, but I'm sure there's a dead family 5 feet away from him.
His dad's Gene Hackman.
Yeah, that's the closest thing to a Buffalo Bill that we have, right? Like there are people watching him, right? Hopefully.
Well, yeah, he's posted on the internet. Somebody's watching it.
Well, they're supposed to be watching him, but with the healthcare system, instead we just like him. He had a mannequin. Dahmer had a mannequin. There's people that you can get a mannequin.
Yeah.
Give me until 4.
Ryan
I'll get you a
Gosling.
mannequin.
I got a
And Lars
mannequin
is the
guy.
real girl.
Sheesh. What's
You're right. We do. We have it too good. Like I believe
good.
that we don't appreciate everything that America has to offer. Because that's a video where we've all just watched,
Yes, we've been.
and there's a reason for it. We should watch it because we need to know how lucky we are.
how'd that mannequin get pregnant, guys?
Well, he was having sex with it all the time.
Yes.
And he's saying, I'm having so much sex with this mannequin.
Mom, you're never gonna guess.
What,
Do you
son?
think he actually called his mom on the?
Yeah.
He's like, she's having the baby.
Can you imagine?
Like Kevin's top.
Can you imagine how comatose his mom would have to be at this point? Like she would be 80% of her body weight would be Xanax at this point if that was her son.
Oh, there's no way you would deal with it.
No
You
shot.
just
right?
wouldn't answer the
Disowned.
phone.
You just cut him off.
No, I bet you. I don't. What if he comes to Christmas with it?
Well, I'm not a
You're
parent.
like,
that
so
at
we're
the
just gonna
beginning.
sit
All
here.
three of you are parents. What happens when your boy brings a mannequin home? Well, a very real possibility. Real possibility.
In the future.
In 10 years,
Yeah, that's true.
your son brings his AI girlfriend to prom.
Those AI girls are the creepiest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Yes.
They just sit there and they're like, "What can I get you?"
Well, that's now. In 10 years, when he
And
brings
they
his
barely
he
move.
brings his girlfriend
Innovation.
home, and it's gonna be like, "Ooh, Will, can't wait to go to prom."
Can I make
Just an anime character.
Can I make you dinner? I have realistic holes. Like, what have we become?
Would you bang your son's AI?
Dystopia, man.
Is it like a fleshlight situation? Be like,
Betrayal.
He leaves. The story comes back. I'm like, I'm sorry.
did you guys talk about, speaking of
came
the
on and-
betrayal, did you talk about that thing that happened in Ole Miss? It might be old news by now. It's about 2 weeks old. But did you hear what happened with that? The frat dude and the sorority girl in Ole Miss?
No.
Oh, for real? And it somehow came
I
up
did.
because Jackson Dart is a Ole Miss prospect, and Pat McAfee was talking about it. He was like, but you can't trust those guys from Ole Miss because apparently there was a guy, 20 years old, and his 20-year-old girlfriend brings him home to meet dad, and dad's been banging his son's girlfriend for like a year. He finally got caught, and the kid stayed with the girl.
No way.
And the wife stayed with the dad. And then McAfee talked about it, and the girl's father tried to sue Pat McAfee and ESPN and all this other stuff. She had to drop out of school and everything like that.
Really?
But never denied any of it happened.
Was it the girl who sang "Summertime Sadness"? What's her name?
Lana Del Rey.
Yes, it was.
But she's
Lana
married to
Del
the
Rey.
alligator man now.
Yeah,
She
but
is married.
The alligator man might be the dad.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm an alligator.
But yeah, you got to
triangle.
20, like your son brings home.
That's like a Greek
That's
tragedy,
wild,
bro.
man. Yeah. That's like, hey, why don't you go run and get some soda for your young girl here? I'll take care of her, son.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep a good eye on her. Take your time.
Yeah, what kind of Greek tragedy, Agamemnon, man?
Oedipus weird shit.
Yeah, man. And now you got, and then you got.
So the
find
son
her
ends
stuck
up
in a
with
washing machine?
with his own mom.
No, the son,
Oh, the son
ends
Stays with the
up
girl.
with the girl who cucked him for his dad. Stayed with her,
What?
dude.
They all
Telling you.
stayed with their original partners.
Yeah.
And just
Okay.
what is Christmas like now? What's Thanksgiving like? Tell me.
Canceled.
Oh,
I mean, even by Southern standards, this is
That's just
disgusting.
yeah.
Can you pass the peas?
uncouth.
Whore.
I don't understand. So now you got the sex robot coming in here sooner than later.
Yeah.
And your
They're
kids,
expensive. They could be sharing.
They're going to start off expensive the same way a computer started off expensive.
Yeah, and then they're
you know,
gonna come down.
20 years from now, who knows? There might be a Game Boy. It's going to be a little midget you can walk around with.
That's true. It's
Imagine the vending machines. You just walk up and stand next to it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Women will
They
be
have that in
obsolete.
Japan.
Yeah, there's no reason to have them.
They already hacked Scarlett Johansson's voice for ChatGPT, and she was like, I didn't sign up for this. She sued him and got like a lot of money, but she didn't sign up for any of that.
Yeah.
No, should she have?
So, you're going to be able to like download the specs and like 3D print.
You're gonna be. That's
3D
happening
print
now.
a Scarlett. Is it happening right now?
On
now,
the topic
bro.
of that, how messed up that is about Scarlett Johansson. On
Yeah.
the new Gabby Petito Netflix documentary, they used AI to replicate her voice reading her own voicemails.
No.
Yes.
Was
it's
she
real.
pissed?
She's dead.
She's dead.
Oh,
I was gonna ask the same question, but I didn't.
I didn't know who it was.
I didn't either.
We'd have to have a seance to find out whether
She's
she
the one that
thought
was the van
intrusive or
life.
not.
Van life girl
Oh, she
that the
got-
boyfriend killed her, and then he ran away.
Yes.
Yeah, when you're living the van life, your boyfriend's probably going to kill you.
Yeah.
A lot of
I've been saying that
opportunities.
for years.
Yeah. I've dated some van life guys, and they probably all have killed
Yeah,
somebody.
it's because they live in a van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's nowhere else to
Red
go.
flag.
Anybody that's ever lived with anybody else, knows how hard it can be. And now imagine, you're stuck in there for the entirety of the.
What are you going to do? Slam the side door?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your way
Go
to
for a
leave
walk.
is the house.
Yeah. I'm going to walk around this mountain.
Turns out there's mountain lions. I'm not gonna walk.
This wasn't a good idea.
You go walk.
This is so much better than a job smelling like shit all the time, living in a van.
So true, man. Yeah. Well, speaking of also, not to go off topic, but talking about people getting mad about things, Gwen Stefani came out and as a Christian and or as a Catholic.
Yeah.
And she praised Tucker Carlson or something like that. And the internet had a meltdown about it.
she
for
got a lot of
whatever
heat.
reason. Yeah. If I don't, what's the,
Praise Tucker Carlson.
She was like banana.
Is
Is
that what it is?
Just like that.
Yeah. She married Blake
be with
Shelton.
you.
I mean,
Yeah. What are you
And with
expecting?
you.
what are we doing here?
She got converted.
We're just
having our own
simply
side.
having our own conversation praising Tucker. She said, "Blessed be thy Tucker.
Praise be unto him.
Praise be unto you, Tucker.
And to you, Carlson.
And to you.
Father, Son, and the Holy Tucker."
Yeah, Bowtie Tucker was my favorite Tucker. See how Tucker, he's gone from Bowtie Tucker on MSNBC to Tie Tucker on Fox to now no tie, open top two buttons Tucker.
He's doing a little bit of the Glenn. He's cowboying it up.
Oh.
See,
I like it. I like how he came from humble roots of being loaded.
Yeah.
And now he's speaking to the people.
But dressing less loaded.
Yes, but not like
There's a lot of wood in his background, so you know he's down to earth.
I think that's actually his appeal is that he's a class traitor.
Yes.
His appeal. His appeal is like, I am rich and I'm on the inside and these people suck. Let me tell you all about it. And we're
That's
like,
what I like about him.
yes.
Then you're
Ish.
like, are you going to get rid of any of that money? And he's like, no.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't know how to function.
Well, no. We're not going to do that.
Look, I'm a class trader, but I'm not.
I like being rich.
I'm also a day trader.
You don't like the rich, and I'm telling you why you're right to not like the rich.
Yeah.
You need somebody on the inside,
Yes.
like me, and I'm that guy.
I'm just here to confirm your biases.
I'm actually here for your money.
yeah.
So if you could add to my pile, I'm doing this for you. Because
I'm swim in it. Hold on.
Man of the people.
I would love to Scrooge McDuck some money one day.
Man.
Yeah, but
If only you wouldn't
would
break
just-
your teeth on it.
yeah, it would really hurt all those
so?
coins.
Damn cartoons always lying to me about that.
Yeah, you can't just
Physics.
jump onto a bunch of metal. But if it was dollar bills,
Oh, yeah. Sure, you could do
you
that.
could swim in a sea of dollar bills. You get paper cuts, and I'm sure it's dirty. There's cocaine on most of them and blood. But you know what? It's your vault. You do you.
Yeah.
How many single dollars, do you think it would take to fill up a pool for me to jump into?
I've done it with 1.3 million.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's not a smart way to handle your money, though.
No, I found that out.
No.
Inflation and
That's
what-
true, man.
yeah.
They're worth
I was
nothing.
robbed
Uh,
by wind.
The elements came and ripped you off.
And then apparently, once it was out of my property, anybody could grab it, and it became a real bloodbath.
Everybody really
Finders
wanted to
keepers.
skim your pool. They were like, I'm skimming the pool, Dave.
Yeah, I hired a guy, right, to clean my pool. And he just left with all the money.
I thought that was the payment.
I thought this was all tip.
Confusing.
All my McDuck money. Be hilarious. You show the guy the pool, and he's just like, okay, go to my van and get a gun.
So I'm the first guy you called to clean this, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Does anybody know I'm here?
Yeah.
Where's your phone?
Hey, can you tell me, does this smell funny?
What's that over there?
Does this smell like chloroform?
Just Scrooge McDuck shot in the head next to an empty vault.
Yeah. Pans out like Gatsby.
Meanwhile, you realize it's Huey, Dewey, and Louie driving away in masks.
This is a good
And giant bags.
Well, I would
giant
watch
bags
this
with money
movie.
symbols
I
on the
would.
side.
I would watch this.
They should do that now that they got the rights to it, you know?
Yeah.
This is like when James Vanderbeek made that realistic, gritty remake fan clip of the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was actually really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
And but then the guy
producer.
who like owned the Power Rangers was like, no, take that down.
It's like, I have dignity.
No.
Adi Shankar. He did the Punisher short too.
Did he
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Laundry. He did the same one.
No shit.
Yeah, and he produced the Judge Dredd movie.
Which is really good. The
Which
new one.
Yeah, the newer one. The newer one, 2012, I think.
Look, the Sly Stallone one
I'll
is
stand
not-
up for it. I'll stand up for.
I'm not saying that I
I'll
wouldn't-
stand
I
up
like
for
it too.
I'll stand
I
up
like
for
it too, but it's
Saying I
got a
wouldn't
cheesy
watch it.
factor.
Oh, it's bad.
It's bad. But go back, if anybody is inclined, go back and read the Judge Dredd comics. They're corny as fuck. And it's kind of
Armand
part of
and
the.
something?
It's kind of part. It's part of it.
Saw it in the theater with my grandma.
Really, that's a weird movie to take a grandma
She
to.
gave me a handy.
Which part was it when? Was it when
Sorry, a hanky.
robot came around? It's like. It's like, damn, that makes me.
Yeah, no, I saw, for real, I just had that weird memory. It was my grandma who was like, would you go to a movie with me? And I was like, yeah, you silly gal. And then I brought her and I was like, well, neither of us are enjoying this.
Would you go to a movie with her? She was probably like 47.
She took me to Ghostbusters too.
Ghostbusters
Never
2
forget
scared
that.
the
It
hell
came
out of
with
me
the
as a kid.
big yellow cup that I still have that has the giving the two sign, the ghost.
Oh, nice.
Dope.
Is it 3D?
No, I wish. It may have been at one time, but it's not.
Oh.
We were talking before the show started that Ghostbusters 3, apparently they were between two scripts, you were saying.
Yeah, one was Evolution, which ended up being Evolution, which was like the low-key sci-fi Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah.
Then you guys were mentioning the one where they go to hell.
Yeah, that was the script that was written that was in like production hell for a long time. The which I want to see. Like I would have loved to have seen that. Like Dan Aykroyd and the crew just all going to hell and having to fight their way out and all the ghosts and stuff. Like that sounds cool.
but it turns out it's the South Park Satan.
Yeah. A different kind of fight.
Just a big gay Satan.
It's Satan and Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, banging Saddam Hussein. Oh God, that was such a good movie.
I still can't believe South Park had Saddam Hussein sodomize Satan on television.
And just that Saddam Hussein was like, "Hey, buddy," like that's the way he did.
Sassy.
I want them to make a new movie, man. Like we are way overdue for a Matt and Trey movie.
I think they did. I think it was called Book of Mormon.
Oh, they did make it.
Make
yeah,
that
it's
movie?
coming out. It hasn't come out yet, but they are making it.
All right,
Fantastic.
it's
More
time.
people. I've been saying more people need to see Book of Mormon. It's like criminally underseen.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
fact
like.
that people talk about Hamilton, which
It's
sucked,
expensive.
Yeah,
and they don't talk about Book of Mormon, is nuts to me.
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot better plays out there than Hamilton.
Yeah.
Book of Mormon's one of them. Ain't Too Proud to Beg. I highly recommend.
What's that one?
It's about the Temptations.
Oh, dude,
And
I
like
bet that's
their entire
great.
story, and like it's kind of like Jersey Boys, where you hear all the songs and you're like, wait, Frankie Valli sang that and that and that, and with that you remember that they sang all this through Motown. And then I saw Network live with Bryan Cranston, which was a really cool play.
Dude, I bet that was
Really?
really good.
Network.
That's I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
I saw it with Bryan Cranston. Dude, he like goes into the crowd. It was amazing.
Really?
Broadway, yeah, it was really good. And I really want to see the new Glengarry Glen Ross, is it they're doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Burr's in it. It's Bill Burr, but it's also Bob Odenkirk and a couple other people. It's on Broadway right now.
He's turning into a whiny leftist piece of shit.
He is, but he have.
Wilfred Burr.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Just a.
But still
Just like annoying.
Still the character though. I get it. Like I like the cast. I think Ed Harris is in it as well.
The movie is one of the greatest acted movies of all time. There's just the plot goes nowhere and does nothing, and it's hard to take a play. And same thing, Death of a Salesman. It's very difficult with pacing, to make it a movie. Right, it doesn't work very well. But
Debbie Does Dallas. That was difficult too.
That was tough. She did do
on
Dallas.
taken on stage.
Did it?
All of
The
them.
film, yeah.
a good old rodeo gal.
It was still a great movie though. I think the idea was it wasn't supposed to go anywhere.
Yeah, and Alec Baldwin hadn't killed anybody yet.
No, and he's amazing
know
in that
it.
movie.
Yeah, at that point.
Coffee is for closers.
Phenomenal. That monologue is unreal.
What's my name? Fuck you. That's my name.
My name is You're Wanting. Because you drove a Ford Pinto to get here, and I drive a 78 Cadillac. You see this watch?
Rolex.
This house costs more than your car. This watch costs more than your car.
ABC. Always be closing. Did you ever see the one where he's at the North Pole on SNL, the sketch? And it's just Glengarry Glen Ross. So he's like, it's supposed to be always be cobbling, but he's so into the character, he says closing like 3 times, and then it's like cobbling, always be cobbling. But it's funny because it's like these two, he's like, put that cocoa down. Like he's in that character.
He's rocked
mode,
in.
just screaming at all the elves. It's brilliant.
Dude, he's a brilliant actor.
He is.
You got to separate the art from the artist, man. Do you want the guy hanging out around firearms? Probably not. Do you want OJ hanging out with your wife? No. But at the same time, give the guy the ball inside the 20. He's going to score.
Yeah, I agree. And we got to get out of here. Speaking of scoring, this show was a slam dunk.
I'll say.
Gerard,
He's on fire.
where can we find you?
At Gerard versus Evil. I'm going to be a bunch of shows if you guys can check it out. All my stuff's on Instagram. And again, thank you guys for following me on X and making me less pathetic over there. And also, if you can follow on YouTube at, I think it's at Gerard versus Evil also. But you guys know how the internet works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how about the end of the world?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Since it was so tasteful and Blaze audience appropriate, what are some more abortion-themed Ben and Jerry flavors?
Barry Garcia.
Nice.
But like
Barry?
B-U-R-Y.
Okay.
Yeah.
The baby's name is Garcia?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Planned Parenthood.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's
Maybe the dad?
Chubby hubby who makes you get an abortion?
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, I'll know this.
Yeah, but I mean, that's
Stretch, but I got it. We got
Look,
it.
it's delicious.
Well, she's not going to be straight.
I'm going to call an audible here and go with Oopsie daisy do-over.
I'm going to call removable cream pie.
Oh. Jesus.
And there's one left if anybody.
You want to do that one?
Pick it up.
Does anybody want to do Netflix and child molested?
No.
Who? What kind of a monster would write that?
Who would write this? Sick.
And so I wrote the other one. I was like, just in case it falls in the wrong order.
I'll say it. I
I
don't.
was like, there's oopsie doopsie do-over.
Good night, folks.
See you tomorrow.